I welcome each and every one of you to this channel, no matter where you are in the world. From Africa to the United States of America to Europe, Australia, and across Asia. This is our global community. From the depths of my heart, I thank everyone who has subscribed, everyone who takes a moment to like, to share, and to push these videos beyond borders. Every click, every share, every comment carries this message farther than I could ever do alone. You are the power behind this channel. You are the reason this voice is heard. Together, we rise. And together, we reach the world. Tshisekedi seeks military support from Chad and Tanzania. Troops are being deployed in Democratic Republic of the Congo. Background: a spiraling conflict in eastern DRC related to M23 conflict situation. Since early 2025, the security situation in eastern DRC, particularly in the provinces of North Kivu and South Kivu, has deteriorated sharply amid a renewed offensive by the March 23rd movement, M23. A rebel group accused of being backed by Rwanda, but Rwanda denies those allegations. The group has advanced rapidly, capturing major towns such as Goma and Bukavu, forcing large numbers of civilians to flee and sparking fears of a broader regional war. The United Nations Security Council has condemned support for the M23 and called for cessation of hostilities, while urging respect for the DRC's sovereignty. Tshisekedi seeks military support from Chad, facing mounting pressure from the M23 offensive and a weakening of regional peacekeeping efforts. President Félix Tshisekedi's government formally requested military support from Chad in February 2025. A special envoy of Tshisekedi met with Chadian President Mahamat Idriss Déby Itno to request military assistance against the M23 rebels advancing through eastern DRC. Chad acknowledged discussions had taken place and said, "Nothing is ruled out," but as of that period, no formal commitment of troops had been publicly announced. The request underscores Kinshasa's sense of urgency, as traditional regional security arrangements had struggled to contain the insurgency. This move is significant because it represents a departure from reliance solely on regional peacekeeping, opening the door to bilateral military support amid growing insecurity. Tanzania and regional force dynamics. Role of Tanzania and SADC Mission Tanzania. As part of the Southern African Development Community, SADC Mission in the DRC, SAMI-DRC, contributed troops to a regional force deployed in eastern DRC to support the Congolese army. The SADC force, deployed in December 2023, included Tanzanian, South African, and Malawian soldiers, and was intended to counter M23 and other armed groups. Tanzanian soldiers fought alongside others until early 2025, with reports confirming Tanzanian casualties early in the conflict, reflecting the intensity of engagements with M23 fighters. However, in March 2025, the SADC heads of state ended the SAMI-DRC mandate and ordered a phased withdrawal of this regional force. What Tanzania's deployment meant Tanzania's role was not only as a troop contributor, but also as a partner in efforts to unify East and Southern African responses to the crisis. Its involvement with SADC's mission was part of broader regional security cooperation, even as differing priorities among partners, East versus Southern African blocs, complicated the strategy. Even though some reports imply a withdrawal of SAMI-DRC forces, with Tanzanian forces often mentioned among those repositioning, their initial deployment starkly highlighted the regional nature of concern over instability in the DRC. Diplomacy, peace talks, and shifting strategies. The military dimension has run in parallel with a complex series of diplomatic efforts. Peace negotiations. Angola attempted to broker direct talks between the DRC government and M23 leaders in March 2025, marking a potential shift in strategy toward negotiations. These talks sought a ceasefire and a political roadmap, but took place amid ongoing fighting and reluctance from some parties. Regional Summit Resolutions. At an extraordinary summit of SADC and East African Community, EAC leaders, member states called for inclusive dialogue and ceasefires, urging all parties, including M23, into talks. The summit also pushed for joint roadmaps with medium and long-term plans incorporating diplomatic and political solutions. United Nations actions. The UN Security Council, with Resolution 2773 in February 2025, reaffirmed support for the DRC's sovereignty and called on external backers of the M23 to withdraw support and resume peace negotiations. Current situation and broader consequences. As of December 2025, the situation remains deeply unstable. The M23 rebels have continued to capture strategic towns, including Uvira, which lies near the Burundi border, intensifying fears of spillover conflict. The United States and other international actors have publicly accused Rwanda of violating peace accords by supporting M23, a charge Kigali denies, complicating diplomatic efforts. Civilians continue to bear the brunt of the conflict, with hundreds killed and hundreds of thousands displaced in recent months alone. These developments illustrate that while requests for external military support and regional deployments aim to stabilize eastern DRC, territorial gains by rebels and political disagreements among regional actors have made peace elusive. Why this matters? This crisis is not only a military confrontation, but also a profound regional diplomatic challenge involving sovereignty struggles of the DRC government, alleged foreign intervention and proxy support in rebel dynamics, effectiveness of regional security bodies, and humanitarian catastrophe for civilians caught in repeated cycles of violence.